Welcome to One Question at a Time, the SAT series. Question number 95. (24x plus y equals 48, 6x plus y equals 72). The solution to the given system of equations is x, y. What is the value of y? So this question is allowed using the calculator as well. So if we have the solver, we can just plug in and then find the value of y. But if we forgot how to using the calculators, what can we do? We can graph that two equations by solving for y. In this one, it will be negative 24x plus 48. We plug in the calculator to graph it at the same time with y2 is equal 6x minus 6x as 72. Okay, so basically we subtract 24x both sides for the first one and subtract 6x from both sides to solve for y, and then we can graph and trace for the intersection between that two lines. Okay, or we can use the solver. Okay, but in this case, if we're not allowed to use calculator, how can we do this one? So we will use the eliminations. You will see we have one y in the first equation and one y at the bottom one. So we can subtract the first equations. Let's call this one the first. This is the second. So we take the first equation, we subtract the second equation by columns. By column mean we take the left hand side and the right hand side. Don't mess this up, okay? So we will have, first we'll have 24x plus y. We subtract the 6x plus y. That is your left hand side. If we write down in horizontal direction, it will look like this: 24x plus y minus open parentheses 6x plus y, because you minus the whole thing. This negative is really important, so it will be distributed inside for 6x and y. It becomes 24x plus y minus 6x minus y. That is our left hand side, and then we combine like terms. Y will cancel y right here, plus y minus y is 0. 24x minus 6x is 18x. Okay, so this one is gone, 0. We left with 18x. Okay, now on the right side we have 48 minus 72. Let's write down in columns. Minus 72. So we do left side, subtract the left side, the right side, subtract the right side. Okay, so how we do 72, subtract 48, it's going to be 2, subtract 8, cannot, so we borrow 1, borrow 10. So it could be 12, subtract 8 is 4. And then we will have, remember 1. So 7 minus 5 is 2. So 24. Minus 24. How we have that? So to compare, 48 is the positive numbers and negative 72 is the negative number. When you do subtract, means you adding them as well. You take the positive numbers, you add the negative numbers. It's the same thing as you take 48, subtract 72. So in this concept, we're seeing the 72 is bigger than 48. So the answer will follow the side of the bigger numbers. So in this case, bigger number is 72, so the answer have to be negative. Negative of what difference between the 72 and 48. So if we put it on the line, we have 48 right here. Okay. Then we have 72 right here, just by the absolute value. So we find the distance, or just kind of like the difference between the absolute value of 72 and 48, because we already decide the side, okay, of the result. We have negative 72 is 72 bigger than 48, so the side of the result will be follow the side of the bigger number. So how much is the difference between the 72 and 48? That's why we take the 72, we subtract the 48, and then we have 24, and that's why we have negative 24. So on this side we have 48 minus 72, and this one is equal to 24, negative 24. Okay. So next we solve for it. We solve for x. So x will be equal, we divide both sides by 18, and we simplify this one by negative 4 times 6 over 3 times 6. So we have negative 4 over 3. Or if we want, we can simplify this one at negative 3 times 8 over 3 times 6. And we cancel this one, so we have negative 8 over 6. Of course, this one is not simplified. If they're asking for the x value, right, the value of x should be negative 4 over 3. But in this case, they're asking for the value of y, and why I choose to just simplify up to this step is because I see that to find y, I have to plug in one of the equations, and I will choose the second one since it could be smaller number to plug in. So let's try when I use x equal negative 4 over 3. Okay, I will plug in 6 times x plus y equals 72. X is negative 4 over 3 at y equals 72. Now 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8 at y equals 72. Now we add 8 both sides. We will have y equal 80. And if we use x equal negative 8 over 6, we just kind of like simplify the 6x plus y equals 72. We will have 6 times negative 8 over 6. 6 cancel. We don't have to do the 6 divided by 3 equals 2 times negative 4. Y equals 72. And then we will have add a both sides. Y equal 80 as well. So either way, we will have the answer. So y value that equal 80. Remember, if we can use the calculator, we have first we use the solver. Okay, the second one we can graph and then find the intersection between the graph, then reading x comma y to find the value of y, or we can just solve by hand. If you're not familiar with negative numbers, adding, subtract, everything like that, we should use the calculator to making sure we have the right numbers, the right result for each step, so that the final step will be right. Thank you for participating in this series, and see you next time.